Tonight, a new attempt at a ceasefire in Gaza met with vows to intensify fighting.
I'm praying God to give us peace.
How the deal fell apart and why the campaign could get more aggressive. The King's Christmas speech calls for action on climate change.
We care for the earth for the sake of our children's children.
And the soaring price of a kitchen staple.
That's the sign that this is an infected tree.
We break down why olive oil has become a premium product.
This is The National with Renee Filipponi.
Thanks for joining us. Adrian is away. A new attempt at a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas has failed, shattering hopes of peace and replacing them with the realities of even more intense fighting. Inside Gaza, reports hundreds have been killed over the span of just 24 hours. That as mounting pressure over the rising number of casualties within the Israeli military is met by a vow from the Prime Minister to press forward and fight until victory is achieved. Tanya Fletcher now with why a deal wasn't reached and the price that's being paid.
White tarps cover the ground in central Gaza in the aftermath of deadly Israeli airstrikes. This man lost his son. In the darkness, I reached out to check on my young son who was sleeping beside me, he said, but I touched rubble instead. The Hamas-run health ministry says hundreds have been killed by Israeli airstrikes over 24 hours, one of the deadliest days of the war so far. The Al-Maghazi refugee camp was one of the hardest hit areas, faces filled with shock as the devastation sinks in. What happened is something no human can take, this man said. What happened is not a typical war. The destruction marked a dark Christmas day for Palestinian Christians in Gaza.
We don't feel Christmas even.
This man from Gaza City would normally be going to church, but he's been displaced and now living in Rafah.
I'm praying God to give us peace, asking all the international community to cease fire.
But still, no ceasefire in sight. A new Egyptian proposal received a cool reception from both sides. It called for the phased release of hostages and for Hamas and Islamic Jihad to give up power in Gaza. Hamas reportedly rejected it. While Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who visited troops in Gaza, said, "We are not stopping. The war will continue until the end." Shortly after in Jerusalem, Netanyahu's reception not so welcome. He was heckled in the Knesset by family members of hostages demanding their return. Some holding posters of relatives shouting, "Now." In Tel Aviv, a similar scene as protesters gathered in front of the Israeli Defense Ministry with hourglasses to symbolize the time running out for their loved ones.
We want to hear what's the plan. What's the plan now?
And Tanya, amid concerns about this conflict spreading, word tonight that Israeli forces have struck across the border inside Syria.
That's right, Renee. Iranian security sources say an Israeli airstrike near Damascus has killed a top general in the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps. Now, Iran's government says, quote, the Israeli regime will definitely pay for this crime. Israeli officials, meanwhile, have declined to comment. Renee?
All right, thanks, Tanya. That's Tanya Fletcher in Washington tonight. Pope Francis called for peace in Gaza and around the world in his Christmas Day speech in St. Peter's Square.
Angelus Domini nunciavit Mariae.
Speaking to a crowd of some 70,000, the Pope said he grieved the October 7th attack on Israel and called for the release of the hostages. He also pushed for an end to Israel's campaign inside Gaza. In Serbia, public outrage over a recent election result brought thousands of protesters into the streets. Demonstrations have grown over the past 8 days, fueled by reports of voting irregularities, including accusations of vote buying. About 36 people were arrested in today's protest. Serbian authorities have denied the election was rigged and blamed the opposition for spreading lies. Russia's opposition has now learned the location of Vladimir Putin's chief political rival, who's been held in prison for nearly 3 years. Ithel Musa shows us where Alexei Navalny is now and why it's cause for concern.
After weeks without contact and concern for his safety, Russia's jailed opposition leader has now been located. Alexei Navalny's spokesperson confirms he's been taken to a prison colony nearly 2,000 kilometers northeast of Moscow, beyond the Arctic Circle. Known as the Polar Wolf Colony, the Siberian prison is normally reserved for those convicted of the most serious crimes.
This colony is very distant. It is very difficult to access it, and for lawyers it will be very, very difficult to go there and to see Alexei.
His lawyer says it took more than 600 requests before Russian authorities revealed his location. Navalny has been behind bars in Russia since January 2021. He was arrested in Moscow after recuperating in Germany from nerve agent poisoning that he blamed on the Russian government. It denied any involvement. Before his arrest, Navalny had campaigned against corruption and organized major anti-Kremlin protests. Earlier this year, he was sentenced to 19 years in prison. On top of 11 and a half years, he was already serving for alleged extremist activity.
So they are just trying to make his life as unbearable as it possibly can be.
The U.S. State Department has issued a statement saying, "We welcome reports that Mr. Navalny has been located. However, we remain deeply concerned for Mr. Navalny's well-being and the conditions of his unjust detention." Western leaders have watched this case closely, some hoping Navalny could be an alternative to a government that's increasingly isolated, says this expert.
There's just a lot of wishful thinking in the West that there could be a replacement for Putin who would be more willing to work with the West.
But with this increased isolation, the likelihood of that happening also further in the distance. Idil Musa, CBC News, Toronto.
Police in Quebec are asking for help in the search for a little girl swept away by a fast-moving river on Friday. Investigators released this image of the outfit she was wearing at the time. The child went missing after falling through a fence while sledding with her mom, about 3 hours north of Quebec City along the Mistassini River. Several officers are still combing the area. King Charles has delivered his annual Christmas address after completing his first full year on the throne. Julia Wong now with how the monarch's message differed from those in the past.
From inside Buckingham Palace, a traditional holiday message from a modern king.
On this Christmas Day, my heart and my thanks go to all who are serving one another, all who are caring for our common home.
King Charles chose compassion and service as the themes of this year's Christmas message. He also touched on a personal cause, environmentalism.
To care for this creation is a responsibility owned by people of all faiths and of none. We care for the earth for the sake of our children's children.
He said to me, plant more trees.
For royal commentators, the speech got to the core of how Charles will reign.
Service, faith, environmentalism, I think, is using the authority to speak to the causes with great sincerity because they're the causes that he's endorsed through his life.
It's been a busy year for the king. Crowned in May, he also embarked on his first visit as monarch to a Commonwealth country, while more family drama played out at home.
The king looks the part.
But Kerr says Charles seems to have the right approach in his new role.
You don't necessarily want monarchy to be exciting. It's just there. He's pulled the threads of his life together in this first 15 months, and I think we see that in this speech.
In a city where royal mentions can be found almost everywhere, a range of opinions on Charles's first full year as king.
He does have sort of a modern touch.
I don't think he's had that much of a effect. I mean, personally, I don't think, this might not sound great, but he won't be ruling for long.
Diplomatically, ambassadorally, he's doing a great job.
At a time when more Commonwealth countries are discussing possibly cutting ties with the monarchy, it's expected the king will be making more overseas trips in the new year, though there's no official word on whether he will be stopping in Canada. Julia Wong, CBC News, London.
Canadian menswear entrepreneur Harry Rosen has died. His mark on men's fashion started in 1954 when he and his younger brother opened a small tailoring shop in Toronto. By the 1980s, the business had grown to more than a dozen retail locations across Canada. Rosen was also a well-known philanthropist, and he was made a member of the Order of Canada in 2004. Harry Rosen was 92 years old. Concerns over the fast rollout of artificial intelligence have grown this year, but that rollout is not slowing down. And as Georgie Smythe shows us, some parents are choosing to get their kids involved early so they'll be informed later.
What do you want to make a story about? Space?
It's story time in this BC house, but this is not a conventional tale. It's one Dipti Bide and her son Rohan are writing themselves with the help from artificial technology she created.
So we have all these small waiting videos because AI is doing it on the go. So it's a new problem to solve.
Alex was thrilled to meet an expert.
The program is called Little Lit, powered by AI. It uses cues from children to invent unique educational lessons on math, writing or reading, something its creator says was missing from the market.
It's a story he created, so he's very motivated. So we realized AI has the power to actually now really meet that demand, which a human cannot, even if teachers are awesome and parents are awesome, they just can't. So that's kind of what led us to trying to create an app which can solve that problem using AI. Pirate ship,
the interactive app is one of many popping up online aimed at capturing the attention of kids and parents.
Now you read the word.
Judges. Some even feature unique child speech recognition technology. Many promise to improve literacy and self-directed learning.
Elo coaches them through tricky words.
The facades are friendly and animated, but behind the visuals are complex computer systems working to solve tasks that were once the domain of humans only. It's new territory that even developers say needs guardrails for young users.
It's not that kids can do anything. It's that, what is the AI being used for? And in our case, it's being used to say whether or not a child's pronunciation of a word is in line with what they should be saying.
But learning isn't just a cognitive process, it's a social, cultural and emotional one too, something researchers say will be hard for AI to rival.
A parent can link the story to what they saw in the zoo last Sunday. Right, whereas an AI tool would only be limited to information that has been fed through a prompt.
All right, let's do it.
For parents that choose to embrace it, the technology is another way to prepare for fundamental changes in the way we work, live and learn.
AI exists. Now what skills do you need to teach your child to keep up with that? And hey, by the way, AI can help with that as well. Go ahead.
After all, children are the future, and so is AI. Georgie Smythe, CBC News, Vancouver.
Women's hockey is about to get a major boost as the new year signals the start of a brand new professional league. Jamie Strachan now on how it will play out and why expectations are high.
There's been many attempts at making professional women's hockey successful. Numerous leagues have initially flourished before flaming out, but there's a feeling the PWHL is different.
I think just the professionalism that we do feel, having meals provided, having a huge staff that's here for us, that's, taking care of most of the things. So it's really nice to step back into that and allow us to really just focus on the game.
The PWHL is now the only women's professional league in North America. All the best players are here, and for the first time, hockey is their full-time job.
It was always like a dream, but it wasn't like something that was there. So obviously now that I'm part of the first professional women's league, it's something that obviously I cannot put words into it.
The 6-team league will drop the puck in January with 3 Canadian teams in Ottawa, Toronto and Montreal, and 3 U.S. markets, New York, Boston and Minnesota.
This is an incredible moment.
Tennis legend and PWHL backer Billie Jean King kicked off the league's first draft.
This is the right group with a business plan behind it. The salary structure is in the right place. It's going into 6 markets. It's not being overly ambitious.
The NHL has no direct involvement. The league's major financial backer is LA Dodgers owner Mark Walter. At the start, he'll own all 6 PWHL teams and focus on getting them off the ground.
There are a lot of people that they've hired in event management and sales and marketing and branding. That's the key, is to make sure that you go to a game. The hockey's only 60 minutes. People are there for 3 hours at least. So how do you, that's a lot of additional time to make sure you're having a lot of fun.
The still unnamed teams will play in smaller sized arenas. Toronto has already sold out most of its season ticket packages.
People that may have watched women's hockey 15 years ago, they don't know how good the game has gotten now and how fast and skilled the players are. So I would just challenge them to get out to a game.
To come watch a league that will try to finally make women's hockey work. Jamie Strachan, CBC News, Toronto.
Michael J. Fox is one of Canada's best-known stars. And tonight we look back at a candid conversation about the biggest challenge of his career, his decades-long struggle with Parkinson's disease.
If I really learned from this, I was going to learn how to lose well.
It's a journey that's taken him from actor to activist, and he told CBC News' Harry Forrestal all about it. Plus, olive oil is the liquid gold of the Mediterranean diet, but buying it is becoming more and more costly. We'll tell you why, and later.
Look like a palm tree.
A community's big reveal of its Christmas centerpiece has a problem. One of the best moments of the season. We're back in 2. Here's a spectacular view from Western India. Tens of thousands of women dressed in orange saris performing a traditional Hindu dance as part of a religious celebration. A drone provided the view from above to truly capture the scale of this extravaganza. The dance is believed to date back 5,000 years. It's a staple in many diets, but in recent years, the price of olive oil has skyrocketed, putting the product out of reach for some. Tonight, Megan Williams takes us to southern Italy, one of the world's biggest players in olive oil production, to break down what's behind that spike and why it could get worse.
Puglia, where for centuries these ulivi monumentali, monumental olive trees, have formed the backbone of the economy and culture here. But now they face the threat of disease and climate change.
Eppure sono riusciti a sopravvivere, cosa che purtroppo non riusciamo a...
Luigi D'Amico grew up here among the olive trees, and today shows me the landscape he still feels intimately connected to.
Racconta una storia. Ogni tronco è diverso dall'altro.
So he's saying that each and every tree, olive tree here, has its own history, and you can look at the trunk and see everything that it's been through, all the diseases, everything that's happened to that tree. But the latest plague to hit the olive trees is killing them.
Durante il periodo delle repubbliche marinare.
Luigi says the loss of the trees here is devastating. They're the heart of Puglia's identity. On this warm, windy day, he points out the olive trees that stretch kilometers along the Adriatic Sea. These trees produce nearly half of Italy's olive oil, almost 15% of world production.
Questo è un ulivo monumentale. Ogni pianta è una...
Here in Luigi's own olive tree grove, he shows me the trunks, carved by time. Centuries on, these trees are dying of a bacteria that arrived in Puglia in a coffee plant a decade ago. Xylella fastidiosa, bothersome Xylella.
So this is the sign when these brown branches start to appear, and you can just break it off easily. That's the sign that this is an infected tree. It takes about 5 years from when the first sign appears to when the tree is fully dead. They're not cutting them down yet because they're hoping that maybe there'll be a scientific solution. They'll come up with some remedy, but right now he's about to lose all of his olive trees.
When Xylella first arrived in Puglia, there was denial the trees were dying, fueled by conspiracy theories. That led to precious time being lost in stopping the spread. Luigi's trees caught the bacteria from those of a neighbor. too slow in cutting down his sick trees. At the local olive press co-op, olives are turned into oil.
These olives were just picked within the last week, so I'm going to give it a try. It's like you're tasting the plant, and whoa, it's got this, it has this little kick at the end. It's like hot chili pepper. It's incredible.
But pressures on production are growing. This year, there was a 4-month drought. Pests and fungus are spreading. Outside, Luigi shows me today's harvest. We're buffeted by lo scirocco, this warm wind that didn't used to blow here in December.
completamente l'olivo rendendo l'olio di pessima qualità.
So this is the olive fly that deposits its larvae inside, and it basically consumes the olive, and you can't get any oil from it. And this is a problem with climate change because you need cold weather to kill it. And right now we're in a very windy, warm day, and it's not enough to get rid of this fly during the winter season.
Nearby, these workers rush to harvest. Earlier this year, when the price of oil peaked, robbers at night stripped trees of olives. These black olives, called lecino, are somewhat resistant to xylella and are now being planted to replace the dying trees. But they're not a solution. Giannicolo D'Amico is the vice president of Puglia's Farmers Association. He says if Puglia is going to survive the costs of climate change and recover from xylella, it will need hundreds of millions of dollars to plant new olive trees with resistant varieties and diversify agriculture. The high price of olive oil reflects all of these challenges.
Extravergine di oliva di qualità ha un suo costo.
Back at Luigi's olive grove, he says he's slowly mourning the approaching death of his beloved olive trees.
Per noi vedere queste piante che si ammalano.
So he's saying to come here and look at all of these sick trees, it's not just an economic loss, it's an emotional loss. It's like losing a family member, it's like losing a close friend.
Like so many here, Luigi is caring for his sick trees to the end, hoping a cure might come.
And all the issues Megan showed us are having a very tangible effect here in Canada. In fact, the latest data from Stats Canada shows the average price of a litre of olive oil has climbed by more than 50% over the past 2 years. Canada's Michael J. Fox burst onto the acting scene as a boyish whirlwind. But in 1991, he was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, and he's struggled with his health ever since.
I wouldn't like to let Parkinson's drive the bus.
A profile of optimism in the face of chronic illness.
Right now, what does your future hold for you?
His candid conversation with CBC News' Harry Forstell, and later.
Hey, Sam! As soon as I saw it light up, I'm like, oh, seriously? That's what we're got here?
Oh, Tannenbummer. The bright side of a tree lighting is one of our favorite moments. The National breaks down the stories shaping our world next. Get ready for an intimate chat with actor Michael J. Fox, one of the biggest stars Canada has ever produced. His stellar career was forever changed when he was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. Decades later, his struggle has only grown. Here is his raw exchange with the CBC's Harry Forstell.
New York City is no easy place for the weak or the infirm. It's busy, it's brash, and it's crowded, especially for someone like me living with Parkinson's. It's an incurable movement disorder that leaves me constantly at risk of tripping over my own feet or even of a bone-breaking fall. But it's a risk I'm willing to take, because I'm here today to meet someone who knows more than most about the ravages of Parkinson's disease. a Canadian cultural icon whose determination to meet inevitability head-on is at once both futile and deeply inspiring. Someone who can grasp the future by the throat, even though, as he freely admits, his future is rapidly diminishing.
All right. All right, this is an oldie, but well, it's an oldie where I come from. All right, guys, listen, this is a blues riff and B. Watch me for the changes and try and keep up, okay?
There was a time when the name Michael J. Fox conjured up images of a boundless future, a boyish whirlwind from Canada brimming with comic talent, always on the move and keen to carve out that future in the land of make-believe.
Are you telling me that you built a time machine? Out of a DeLorean?
With a string of hit movies to his name, an era-defining television sitcom.
Sorry, I had to answer the door myself. Our butler's off tonight.
And a talented partner in Family Ties co-star Tracy Pollan.
Do you mind if I wait around here for a while?
Yeah, I suppose.
Michael J. Fox had it all. Still in his 20s, he was on top of the world. But then something happened.
Michael J. Fox, one of America's best-loved actors, has decided to publicly announce that he's been battling Parkinson's
world
disease.
when he announced he has been battling Parkinson's disease and has had it for 7 years.
Reality intruded in the form of Parkinson's disease. And after several years of hiding it from the world, Fox could no longer keep his tremors a secret.
Michael, all this week we have been hearing that you have this devastating disease, that it is life-threatening, that you are in the fight for your life.
When you see that, just kind of hum Paradise City in your mind.
It was a pivotal moment for Michael J. Fox. A weight lifted.
Oh, Jesus Christ! What the hell? Parkinson's.
He began embracing roles on screen portraying characters with Parkinson's. And not long after, Fox began to transition from actor to activist.
What did it mean to be still?
I wouldn't know. I was never still.
It's an inspirational story, now captured in the new feature documentary, Still, a Michael J. Fox movie.
I woke up and I noticed my pinky. Auto-animated. Parkinson's disease.
For the past 30 years, Michael J. Fox has fought tirelessly against the advancing inevitability of Parkinson's. So what does a man who has everything do when it's suddenly all swept away, when fate deals him a losing hand? I'm about to find out.
Action, Michael! Michael!
Tracy, that's great!
I'm not sure whether the shaking is the consequence of Parkinson's or being nervous around you. You know, you and I have a couple of things in common. We're both Canadian. There's only a month that celebrates our births. I think I'm a month older than you. I know you're probably a Rangers fan, but that's okay, because we can't all cheer for the Habs, can we?
Toronto, it's just sad. It's just tragic.
The other thing we share in common, of course, is Parkinson's. And, you know, you released this feature documentary, and I'm curious, it's very affecting and very revealing, and presents you as very vulnerable, too. Was that the intention?
Well, I'm not so much vulnerable, not glib and not.
It's very honest.
Yeah, just straightforward. The story of me, take two.
Everyone talks now about owning their narrative. So the sad sack story is Michael J. Fox gets this debilitating disease and it crushes him.
Yeah, that's boring. David Guggenheim, the filmmaker, who has quite a record, an Academy Award for the algorithm.
Yeah.
He did a thing. There's one question I really liked, and I was talking about the period when I quit drinking. The first couple of years of sobriety were like a knife fight in a closet. It's dark, it's scary, it's sharp, there's blood let. You don't know where you are. You know, you're upside down, right side up. And he said, what was a knife? And it just occurred to me, the truth was a knife.
At that point, did you realize you were drinking to deal with the diagnosis, or were you drinking to deal with how you were coping?
Well, I was a Burnaby boy. I was drinking because it was Friday night, and Saturday night, and Sunday night, and Monday and Tuesday was coming, and Wednesday was around the corner. I just like to party. But then what happened was when I got diagnosed, it turned nasty. It wasn't about fun anymore. It was about exiting from the situation, exiting from relationships, exiting from responsibility, and so and Tracy's response was a big dose of apathy on her part. And it just like boredom, and nothing is as complimentary as disgust. She was just done, and that shocked me into action.
There's a tendency for people to deny they have Parkinson's, to deny the effect it has on them. I hid mine for 3 years until my daughter outed me with an essay that ended up appearing on on your foundation's website. So I got edited that way. You hid your diagnosis for 7 years. And I'm curious about the effect that had on your growth and on your relationship with your wife, Tracy.
Well, initially it was terrible. So I kept the teaching for 7 years. Over the period of that 7 years, I got sober. We had more children. I grew fuller in my understanding of what it was I was dealing with, and coming to grips with like one doctor said to me, "You don't win this, you lose."
Right. Yeah.
And I like to win. I like to. I don't like to waste my time with stuff. I like to go after it, and so that was the dilemma I faced, was that I was gonna, if I really learned from this, I was gonna learn how to lose well. One of the things the doctor said to me too early on was that I had 10 years left to work. And he said, well, the good thing is you have 10 years left to work. I was 29 years old. and a lot of expensive real estate.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And so I started to work, and I worked a lot. And one of the things that I came to over time was that I didn't need to do that, and that I wanted to be with my family, and I needed to look at things that I wasn't gonna let, the big thing I learned, I was gonna let Parkinson's drive the bus. I can't run the bus now. I wasn't gonna let Parkinson's drive the bus. So I had to learn how to deal with all that stuff.
After coming out to the world with his secret, Michael J. Fox became the unusually youthful face of Parkinson's disease.
Actor Michael J. Fox testified before Congress asking for an increase in research funding for Parkinson's disease.
I'm here to tell you that administering a successful research program is not rocket science. It's mostly common sense and the will to get things done. Thank you.
Mike.
With the help of some high-profile friends, he began focusing his energies on raising awareness about the debilitating neurological condition.
I left Spin City for a new job, finding a cure for Parkinson's disease.
Fox established his own foundation to raise money for research. But over the years, the realities of living with Parkinson's began to take their toll.
Careful with this right hand.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Good, have a seat.
Okay.
You sure?
Yeah. This is right hand.
Right. See, the core's still there. Those are obliques.
Yeah.
Right? How you feeling?
Okay.
The fight now was between Fox and the condition that was slowly eroding his independence and his very life. You know, I remember an executive producer saying to me once, slow down, this is a marathon, not a sprint. And my response was, yeah, that's fine, but I'm a sprinter. And that was good, but eventually I had to own up to the challenge that was Parkinson's. And I can't sprint anymore, so he was right, it was a marathon.
It's hard to grasp that. It's really funny, I can't dance to save my life, but I'm one of the best dancers I know.
Yeah.
I always could dance, in the sense that I could move across the room in a really kind of balletic way.
Yeah.
And when I lost that, it was hugely painful. And it's like skating was really hard to get up skating. And I don't want to fall down. I have broken almost every body in my northern hemisphere.
Yeah.
Every bone in my head broke. This I broke. This place I broke. This I broke. This I broke.
Cheek, yeah. You're the evil Knievel of Parkinson's.
Yeah. and they said, you know, don't slow down, right? I said, I'm not doing this on purpose. It's to be careful. I'm not being careful. I have this illness, this condition that doesn't recognize authority.
There are some amazingly vulnerable moments in the film, though. And the one I actually had to stop and, in a sense, recover my composure when that long shot of you walking outside with your physiotherapist, and you turn, someone is walking by and says, "Hi, Michael Fox," and you turn to say hi, and you fall.
That happened. All right, I'm okay. Thank you.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Nice to meet you. You knocked me off my feet.
In a heap on the sidewalk, your shoes come off, and yet you still manage to crack a joke to put that person at ease. Where does that come from? To put you at ease?
This is who I am. That's just humor is a big part of my vernacular. It's a big part. It's how I communicate. I always look at anything and say what's funny, and nothing I did in this movie, nothing I do in my life, is for a fact. I'm too old. I'm too tired. I can't do it. I can't make shit up. But if it's real, and then this is the easiest thing to do. And I really like people, and I think we can figure a lot of stuff out if we just go to each other, and it has to be genuine from the heart and and of the moment, and that gets me through a lot of Parkinson's moments. Because I'm not worried about some constructed apparatus of self-comfort. I'm just living beat by beat.
Coming up, how Michael J. Fox is helping to unlock the secrets of this debilitating disease. It's a huge, huge development, and one you must be justifiably proud of. And we'll talk to Fox about what the future holds and why his Canadian connections are so important to him.
The tremendous bond I feel with Canadians. And I mean, I've done nothing to earn that.
Since becoming the public face of Parkinson's, Michael J. Fox has led the charge in the race to better understand the disease and ultimately to find a cure. In the last 2 decades, the Michael J. Fox Foundation has raised more than $1.5 billion for research and recently established an important breakthrough.
A medical discovery that could be a game changer for tens of thousands of people who are diagnosed with Parkinson's disease.
A test that can detect a key biomarker for the disease, a step that could eventually determine who is at risk of Parkinson's. It's a crucial development, but there is much work left to be done.
One of the things that really was exciting, and it coincided with when about 10 years in we got into this PPMI thing, which was finding a biomarker, and which is near impossible. I mean, it's literally a needle in a haystack, or a gene in a brain. But yeah, wherever genes live, again, I plead ignorance.
It's a huge, huge development, and one you must be justifiably proud of.
Well, I say I'm proud of it. I'm proud of the people that come up here. I'm happy that I was a part of getting them the material they needed and the people they needed. But what I'm most proud of, because of a decision I made 20-something years ago.
Yeah.
There's a lady who goes to the supermarket now and doesn't worry about like fumbling in her purse or change or being judged. But because someone can go, man, that's what Michael Fox has. It gives her a little bit of space. And so for that little bit of elbow room that I've given her, I'm tremendously proud.
Good.
Okay. I just want to feel better.
Yeah.
And it seems to me I can see more clearly the things I need to do to feel better. But it's this Michael J. Fox stuff. People express to me that I make them feel better, I make them do things they might not otherwise do. And that's the most powerful thing you could ever feel, and it's a huge responsibility. And I don't want to f it up.
Right. It's okay not to be Michael J. Fox sometimes.
You've taken every stage that's been thrown at you and made as much as anyone could make of it. And that's a credit to you,
That's
right?
a gift.
That's a credit to you and the support Tracy's given you and your family.
She has this disease too, in a sense, that I do, and so much of her life. Right from the beginning, before any of this happened, I kind of took this young actress whose career was hopping. She was doing great. She was beautiful, and I made her a single mother. I took her out of the game, and I always felt bad about that. And now here I was doing it again with Parkinson's, kind of superimposing an agenda and a trial on her that wasn't hers to endure.
Right now, what does your future hold for you?
Well, I think the future, and I love pointing around with that. Future is the first thing and the last thing we run out of.
Yeah.
Future to me is a space reserved to accomplish what you have accomplished yet, but want to. And that space remains reserved until you don't have it anymore. And then you don't worry about it. Like, you'll know when it's time not to worry about it anymore. Or you won't know, which is probably better. And I'm nowhere near that. The very fact that I'm doing this movie, and the fact that my little story, whether it's the tremendous bond I feel with Canadians. And I mean, I've done nothing to earn that. But that's, I mean, so many letters I get, like, fellow Canadian. We're so proud. And I mean, it's tremendous. And like, it's a gift. It's one of many gifts, but that jumps out of me because all these things like hockey and pancakes.
And maple syrup.
And skiing and Rush. It's cool stuff. Burton Cummings. I mean, it's like Canadian stuff that's our stuff. And I'm glad I'm still in the club.
Well, listen, I want to thank you so much for your battle, your fight, for all of us. And I want to thank you for taking the time to talk to us today. It's been a real pleasure.
You look terrific, man. It was really good.
Awesome.
And looking at half the battle. Thank you,
Thanks,
Mike.
Michael.
Harry Forrestal says his interview drew reaction from Parkinson's patients around the world. And just days ago, that documentary on Michael J. Fox made the short list for an Academy Award. And next, it's another one of our favorite moments of the year, the tree lighting ceremony that sparked a big laugh.
You know it's bad when it makes it on Jimmy Fallon.
Move over ugly sweaters. Orillia's Christmas tree is the new star of the season. That's next. We're counting down our favorite moments of 2023, and on this very special holiday, we're at number 7. It involves a very large Christmas tree that didn't quite live up to expectations.
People made some aesthetic choices about what to do with the tree, and it came out unique.
What the hell?
The tree lighting, it's been a ritual. And last month, Orillia has been broadcasting. It was going to be a big display, and it was going to be better than all the other years. As soon as I saw it light up, I'm like, oh, seriously? That's what we're got here?
The tree's not in really good health. It's dying, and so it was made to, like, let's try this. So we did try this. And we tried this new unique looking Christmas tree.
It looked like a palm tree.
You kind of just have to take it with a bit of a lighthearted.
That's it? What the hell?
The tree got lit.
You know it's bad when it makes it on Jimmy Fallon.
This is going viral. A town in Canada just held their big Christmas tree lighting. You know you messed up when you get a Canadian mad enough to say hell.
Oh boy. I'm pretty sure that's not what we want to be known for, but hey, it could be worse, I guess.
I love the hecklers in the crowd there, but you know, at least it's memorable, and isn't that what the holiday season is all about? And it did make such an impression, the town might actually lean into it and create some merch, mugs and t-shirts with that very unique Christmas tree on it. Thank you so much for being with us. You can watch anywhere, anytime, for free on the CBC News app and subscribe to the National's YouTube channel. I'm Renee Filipponi. Take care.